Alright, Saturday night on Twitch. Just gonna get straight into it really. I wasn't really planning on streaming tonight. I was thinking I'd maybe just do a wee offline. Oh, I think offline. I have to play this online, but yeah, wasn't really fancying streaming. But you know what? Fuck it, it's Saturday night. I'm not really doing anything else anyway. I'd just be sitting chilling, playing this anyway. So why not do it on stream? You know, Final Fantasy XIV is a game, an MMO. You know, a lot of community involved in an MMO, but I figured, you know, if someone drops in, I'm going to start this obviously from the very beginning. If someone drops into the game, into the stream, sorry, and I get some sort of hint, tip, some sort of advice from a more experienced player, then job well done. So yeah, let's just crack on. Right, this is probably going to take most of the stream anyway. The character creation. I was about to say creation, and then I saw the word selection there. But yeah, that's great new character, I guess. I've not really played this game before. Really. Alright, too many Jeffs, how you doing? Always good to see some new Final Fantasy XIV peoples. Yeah, glad. Well, thanks for having me. I was just about to say I've not really played the game before. I think I played it back when it was first out, like pre-Realm Reborn, and then I think I maybe played a little bit of it when it was just a demo of Realm Reborn, but I really can't remember. It was years ago. I can't remember anything of the game. So, if you can give me hints or tips as to how I should build my character to begin with, that'd be much appreciated. I think usually I go for a human character. I'm guessing I need to have the expansion to get Hrothgar or Viera. Yeah, I'll probably be basic and go for the good old here. Is that how you pronounce it? Here? Higher? The here are said to have first travelled to Eorza, blah blah blah. Oh, we'll work out the story as we go on, I think. Select your character's clan. So Midlander clan comprises over half. Oh, okay, let's, no hints or tips needed, just make the character you want. You can play every class with the same character, and there are no customizations made at this point that will have any lasting effect, plus you can change it any time with the purchase item. Cool. So no real drawbacks to spending 2 minutes over spending 2 hours creating my character. I'm guessing you can change your attributes, because obviously there's starting attributes here. I'm guessing you'll be able to play about with them and change them as you get your classes and your characters more defined, I guess. So we've got here strength 22, dexterity 19, vitality 20, intelligence 23. Thing is, see at the start of the game, these don't really mean anything to me. So we'll go. I'm from Scotland, so let's go Highlander. Why the hell not? Those starting attributes have no measurable effect on the game at any appreciable level. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll go Highlander. Why not? I'm Scottish, so that makes sense. Oh, see, this is where I'll probably spend 2 hours. Let's try and make myself a little bit more relevant to me. So I'm actually 108, just over 180 centimeters, I think. Oh, I can't even make myself 180 centimeters. I'm going to have to be taller than that. That's fine. Let's go 60. 194. Couple of inches taller than my real life self. Chiseled or smooth? I'm fairly lean, so that's. Although Highlander, I suppose I should make myself a little bit bigger. Alright, unknown, are you Kendrick Lamar? Here, this is just very, very deep tan. Let's go about 70 for the... I'll lighten my skin as well, because I'm a pale motherfucker. That'll do. Hairstyle, okay. Let's go for something not too mental. Good old pompadour. That's actually probably closer to what I've got at the moment. Or actually that's probably closer to what I've got at the moment when I bring my fringe all the way down. I can go for the old samurai bun. Yeah, let's bring in the samurai bun. Don't want to go too ridiculous. It's funny. See with any of these kind of games like Skyrim or Fallout or any game where you can spend a lot of time playing about with your character, you can make your character anything you want. I never really seem to deviate too much away from my own self. I suppose I like to look at these games as an extension of myself. Unknown we hydrate. Of course, back on the beers this evening. Probably not as heavy as I'll be last night, but certainly a couple. I don't know whether or not to go grey. I mean, that's meant to be brown, but it's quite grey. We'll go with that. Base. We go with the not really liking that facial hair, to be honest with you. Let's go with this guy. He just looks a bit too haggard for me. Although I don't like his sly eyes. Fuck it, we'll go this guy. Jaw type really makes no difference. We'll stick with jaw 2. Eye shape. Oh, I could actually change those those eyes. Let's I've got fairly big eyes, so we'll keep it type 6. Iris size, large. Eye color, okay. This is where we can maybe play about with it a bit more. Let's go for some light-eyed. I'm the complete opposite. I've got the darkest brown eyes imaginable. Go for a nice wee light kind of pink. Can I full screen the webcam and look to the side for a sec? Are you pointing out my very large nose? Is that what you're looking at here? Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Interesting. This is actually nothing like me. So, eyebrows. I've got very thick eyebrows, but they're basically nothing. We'll go for the scowl though. The nose. Here's where. Just need to see if that would work. Or me being a little bitch. I suppose we'll go. Let's go nose 2. That's the biggest nose. I've got a fairly big nose from the profile view. Mouth. Big lips. No, I've got very small lips. Stick with 1 though. Just need to see if noses were curvy. I mean, I've got the same kind of nose you'd probably find anywhere in the world. I'm not just I don't think Scottish noses are particularly defined. Lip colour. I've got fairly dark lips, I guess. Oh, I don't want to look like I've got lipstick on though. That'll do. Facial features. Oh, so I can actually remove that funny facial hair. We'll stick with a single eye scar, and we'll get rid of those sideburns and keep the beard. Tattoos. Nah, get rid of them. Face paint. Probably not. I'm never a huge fan of face paint in these kind of games. Unless it's something like Monster Hunter. I'm not really too keen on this stuff, so keep that. Normal. Voice. Here we go. There's always something oddly sexual about this. I feel like these are all the same guy. We'll go type 2. That's it. Save appearance data, yeah, why not? So yeah, oh, okay, I tell a lie, it was a couple of years ago I played the game. That's what, 3 years ago now, more than that. Let's see, I feel like the model I'm doing now will be better. Oh, of course. Nothing will be better than your rhino. Oh, okay, so what have we got? So there's 12 months. Let's just make it my own birthday. So 1st of the 11th. We'll stick with that. Okay, here we go. What's this? Character's patron deity. A lone mover of glaciers and goddess of wars, is guardian deity of Ishgard, commands the element of ice, blah blah blah. I take it this doesn't really affect anything either. At least not immediately. Keeper of the moon, goddess of love, commands the element of ice, blah blah blah. Commands the element of water. Now that we have your birthday, can you use your... Good luck trying to find out my mum's maiden name. My birthday's pretty big, to be fair. I don't really... My birthday's interesting enough that I don't mind people knowing it. You don't know my birth year, though, that's the thing. So, to be fair, there's so much on the internet that you can probably work out fairly easily. You want to go on a zero gravity plane. See, planes in general I'm not a huge fan of, so a zero gravity plane probably really mess with my head. Although maybe zero gravity in like a grounded setting would be cool. Maybe not in a plane for me. Yeah, I'm guessing there's nothing here really. It's worth. I mean, it doesn't seem to really change anything. What's the coolest sounding guy? What have we got? Halone Menfina Thaliak Naimea Lime Lane Oshon Bayergot Ralgar, breaker of worlds, is the god of destruction and guardian deity of the now fallen nation of Ala Migo. I mean, he sounds pretty cool. I'll maybe go with him. Overseer of the underworld and god of commerce. That's quite the side hustle he's got there. God of time, surveyor of change in space. That actually sounds really cool. Let's go Althic. God of time sounds pretty sick. Self-care package. Ugh. Yeah, my posture's terrible. I should probably fix myself. Maybe fix a chair actually. Let me make myself lower. Here we go. So I'm not bending over as much. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Right, class. This is where it gets to the juicy stuff. Disciples of War. So we've got Gladiator, specializing in the handling of all manner of one-handed blades. Pugilist will be hand-to-hand. Marauder, great axe, sort of large weapons. At a stretch reward. Well, funnily enough, I got a yoga mat delivered yesterday, so I maybe should actually use it. Because yeah, sitting in this chair for 16 hours a day is not good for my body at all. Lancer, Archer, Disciples of Magic. Let's see what we've got here. Conjurer. So is this your standard black mage? Thaumaturge. Okay, that sounds more like a black mage. Heart of School Magic lies the ability to call forth command. Oh, okay. Sounds a little bit more like don't know actually. I don't know what you call them usually. Arcanate. Right. To ingest, picking your starting class chooses your starting state. Once you reach level 10 to 15, you'll open up the ability to learn all classes on your character. You can eventually have every class at max level. So really it doesn't matter what I choose here. Um, I'll maybe go with Disciple of War then. We'll stick with the basics. It's the Lancers are quite cool. Oh, okay. So I didn't notice there in the bottom left. I move this up. It tells you where your starting state is as well. This decision only affects you for the first few hours of the game. Yeah, that's fair enough. So really, what we're choosing is where we want to start. So there's Ulda, Limsa Lominsa. Yeah, I got that right. And Gridania. Seem to be the 3. Gridania. That's cool. Very very elven-like. Jeff is a friggin' nerd. Don't be bad to Jeff. Jeff's a good guy. Jeff knows his stuff. Then Jeff is welcome. Plenty of other classes that will open up as you play too. Cool. Yeah, we'll stick with the Lancer then. And Jeff is a nerd, but also my favorite. Nerd is not the as long as you don't mean the nerd in the way that I used to get called nerd a lot when I was in school. Oops. Probably put in something here. Oh, this is really going against what I'm used to with the PS4 or PS5 keyboard here. Right. There we go. That didn't take as long as I thought it would, actually. Lancers known as floor tanks are fun classes. See, I've not really played an MMO before. It's funny because I'm what? I'm a bit older now. And you know, a lot of my friends grew up playing okay. Cart players in queue, I can deal with it. Yeah, a lot of my friends grew up playing World of Warcraft, like back when it was first, I think. I know there's like World of Warcraft Classic and stuff. But I've never ever played World of Warcraft. I did play a touch of Final Fantasy XI back in the early 2000s, but I couldn't afford the subscription at the time because I was a child. Ken Kryden. That would work better if I pronounced it Kaiden. Unfortunately, it's Kaiden, so we'll stick. Doesn't quite work so well. But yeah, I've never, like, for being I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Like, I own a lot of Final Fantasy games. I own various Final Fantasy merchandise. I could drag it all out from behind me if I wanted to. But yeah, I've never really played MMOs at all. I'm a big RPG fan in general, but yeah, MMOs just never really hit the spot for me. I think it's more because I'm so used to playing kind of single player games that anything multiplayer just went over my head back in the day, at least. But they are really interesting, obviously. And I see so many people on Twitter telling me to basically play the game, because I know you've got, what is it, up to level 60 you can play for free, and you can also play one of the expansions, I'm pretty sure. Two big things you need to know about Final Fantasy XIV and MMOs. First, the journey rather than the destination is the important part. Do yourself a favour, don't rush to the end game content. Also, the story for Realm Reborn is a lot of setup for the bigger world. It's intentionally slow, so you can pick up on the bigger world. See, that's exactly why I want to play it, because like today I've done absolutely nothing today. I've had a really chill Saturday, and I didn't really want any sort of stress. You know, the other games I was playing, I was playing Crash Bandicoot yesterday, and I ended up rage quitting because it was really pissing me off, and especially a low level MMO, I'm not really going to get that stress. I really want to play this as my stress release. Stress relief, sorry. Maya's expensive. Why would anyone pay £200 a month when they could do everything better in Blender? I suppose it's kind of like it's the same reason why people pay money for Photoshop. You know, it's professional. Like Maya's obviously professional grade. I know Blender's really powerful as well. But Maya is what the pros max. So Maya is what the pros use, if I remember correctly. 3ds Max is £234 a month. See, that'd be your big high-end studios, which I don't think you're expected to pay for. Blender's becoming more and more used in the industry. Yeah, I know it's pretty powerful. But yeah, I've never really dabbled in any 3D. In terms of art, visual arts, I'm rubbish at them, so I don't even bother looking at them. Right, okay. Let's start the wee story here. Your typical open world RPG where you wake up in the middle of a car. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Gotta love a Mugo, by the way. They're so good. Makes me sad they've not really been used that much in the last couple of games. In Final Fantasy 15, I don't remember really featuring them at all. Final Fantasy 7 didn't really feature them much either, apart from Keiichi. But obviously that then meant that the remake never really featured them either. Around 5,000 companies use Blender and 43,000 use 3ds Max, 26k for Maya. See, I don't really know enough about the 3D modeling world to know anything. I vaguely recall Square Enix using Maya for their 3D work. That could be old news though. We might have moved on to something better or more efficient. So he just says, second, your abilities are based on a timer called the global cooldown. There are skills that trigger global cooldown, skills that do not. The game is slowly going to give you global cooldown and off global cooldown skills, but you're going to get the majority of the OGCD stuff at level 58, which means that your fighting will start slow and become more frantic and fast-paced as you level. That's good. Especially right now, I'm looking for a slow-paced, wander about, hit a few things, wander about more. Get a few bits of gil. Bremont's the name and Pedalin's me trade. Why did I become an adventurer? To gain power, to win glory, to amass a fortune. I suppose to win glory. Let's go with the good old babyface route. If you're willing to take tasks on that other folk ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. This is another thing with like RPGs as well. Like I never feel the need to be a dickhead. I have never ever enjoyed being the bad guy. And more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing, ain't no profit being dead, and that's a fact. What's this guy up to? Being attacked by bandits. Skirmish broken up ahead. the Ixal. For your own safety, you must remain here until... Bloody hells. Yeah, I'll admit I actually thought that was his face when he first saw him as well. It's a very odd looking mask, isn't it? Oh, I was hoping I would get to have my first battle. But to be honest with you, I think that's probably why I've never really played many MMOs to begin with. Like, I really enjoy taking my time with these kind of games, and you know, if you're paying a subscription, your time is money, isn't it? So the longer it takes you to do something, the more money you're paying for it. Well, I suppose, like you say, it's on the journey rather than the destination, you know. Someone who spends 2 months playing the game and you know, gets from the start to the end in 2 months, maybe won't be enjoying it as much as someone who spends 2 years getting to the end of the game. City of Gridania lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest, lushest forest in all of Eorza. Though it is lush as it used to be, not since the Calamity laid half of it to waste. Calamity, I believe, being the meteor, obviously, that struck the end of 1.0, I guess. I think Realm Reborn's 2.0, isn't it? Destruction prompted a herd of new nasties to move in, gave the Ixal unneeded encouragement. Birdman raids have been a daily occurrence. Yeah, you can play all you want until the end of Heaven's Ward, isn't it? HW. In fact, you can get all of the class up to 60 if you want before ever paying a dime. That, see, cannot really complain there at all. It's the reason why I didn't really stick with, I say 11. I just, you know, back in the day, it was like 11, 12 pounds a month. I don't know what the subscription is here.
The Black Shroud, the ancient forest, close to the heart of Eorzea.
Eorzea, okay.
Beneath the boughs of its towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Gridania.
I'm glad there's voice acting, because one of the things I hate about these kind of games is all these bizarre names and words that you've no idea how to pronounce them.
A sanctuary from the world beyond the hedge. Even the mighty elementals, eternal guardians of the forest, could not forestall the coming of the 7th Umbral Era.
Alright, Kev Williams, how's it going?
However,
how's your weekend?
The goddess Nofika was never one to forsake her children, and today
Unknown like the Scottish accent, like the slight R roll sometimes. There's a reason why my favourite band from Europe are Rammstein. More beer. There is a lot more beer. Always more beer.
The tale of this great realm.
And this is where we part ways. Off to the markets to deliver me wares, and it's back to the high road for me. Definitely won't take you 2 years to get to the end. There's not that much content. That said, there are people who just skip the cutscenes. I feel like there's not much point if you're skipping the cutscenes. Why play an RPG if you're going to skip the cutscenes? Why are you going to play any game if you're going to skip the cutscenes? Never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider a square. Go live in 15, but I'll keep this running. Oh, thanks very much, man.
May the matron take him to
some more Hitman 3 tonight, yeah?
That he may never want.
Some people just want to get to the game for the end game high skill content.
So serenity,
yeah,
purity,
I suppose I can get why some people want to jump to that. But I don't know, I feel like you're not going to enjoy it as much, or really maybe take it for granted a bit if you skip all the grind on the way, you know. It's like playing any game and jumping straight to the final boss. Yeah, okay, the final boss fight's going to be probably the most interesting, but it's not exactly going to be the most rewarding if you jump straight there. This is from someone who just come off a 100-hour run of Persona 5, you know. The final boss is a brilliant final boss, but Yeah, I wouldn't have skipped even a single hour in that 100 hours. I suppose multiplayer games are a bit different. It's I suppose for a lot of folk, it's just playing with your friends, isn't it? Unlike me, who obviously has none in this world of FANTASY XIV just yet. At least he's got a slightly better mask, I think, than the other guy. Your face is not known to me, newly come to the city, no doubt. I am Bertinant, a wood whaler of Britannia. My duty to protect our nation from her enemies while welcoming those who may yet prove her friends. Let us see which you are. Right, here we go. Some actual gameplay. Welcome to Gridania, a vibrant forest nation cradled in the bosom of nature. Please select a control scheme you want to use. We'll go for controller just now. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. When you're ready to proceed, speak to Bertinant. Right, open the Fantasy XIV Lodestone Play Guide in your default web browser. Let's leave that for now. Let's get some actual experience before we start reading manuals and stuff. Right, I suppose the only issue with playing with controller is obviously not as intuitive. I'm sure I'll get used to it very quickly. Right, non-player characters offering quests, basic stuff. Once you've initiated a quest, prompt will appear detailing its objectives. Press the accept button. We'll do that now. Are you my love interest, Ken? Oh, I don't know, you tell me. Am I your love interest? Unknown? Another green adventurer. Now, we cannot allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's headquarters of the local Adventurers Guild, in case you were wondering. Carline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Mione within, and she will take you in hand. I think Unknown's probably had a few more beers than I have tonight. Right, duty list. When accepting a quest, the current objective will appear under the quest title in the duty list on the right side of the screen. Maximum number of 5 quests can be displayed at once. There we go. Selecting the title will open the quest in the journal, allowing you to view the objectives. Sick. Let's go to go to speak with Mione. That noise. There she is there. Right. Complete a quest by speaking to blah blah basic stuff again. I mean, I know I've not really played an MMO before, but I do understand the basics of general RPGs. Well, what have we here? A wide-eyed and wandering young adventurer, come to put your name down at the guild, I assume. Welcome, Mione's my name, or Mother Mione as most call me, and the Carline Canopy is my place. As the head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honour of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people of Gridania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? To an outsider's eyes, all may seem well by our nation, but not could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Ixal and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Garlean Empire to the north, and that is to say nothing of the Calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal, but as I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me, 5 years past, Georgia was well nigh laid to waste when a dread worm emerged from within the lesser moon Dalamud and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which people call the Calamity. Scarcely a square malm of the Twelves wood was spared the devastation, yet despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it happened. Well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider, it is improbable. But it's also true. For reasons we can ill explain, the facts surrounding the calamity are shrouded in mystery. There are as many versions of events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet amidst the hazy recollections and conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing, that Eorzea was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm, and yet whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. And whenever we try to recall their faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amongst a blinding glare. Thus have these adventurers come to be known as the Warriors of Light. There we go, another Final Fantasy trope already. Pray do not feel daunted by the deeds of legends. We do not ask that you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill, scroll your name right there. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you use your real name. There is a special place in the 7th Hell for those who use amusing aliases. Oh, don't want to skip that. Ken Caden, And you're sure that's not an amusing alias? I'm very certain. Very well, from this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Gridania, nation blessed of the elementals and the bounty of the Twelveswood. The guild expects great things from you. And look at what just arrived, another goddamned adventurer. Oh, that's not the same person. Don't you start with that, adventurers are the very salve that Gridania needs. The Elder Seed Seer herself bade us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not, lest you forget it is my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? You, adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of the realm and into the 7th Hell. Why do they look like that? They're just built different, indeed. Can't really complain about the elves. They've done nothing wrong. Pay that outburst to no mind, he meant only to counsel you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the Twelveswood of late, and the Wood Whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know, your good self included. Fear not, however, given a catalogue of exemplary deeds, no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gridania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on old Mother Mion, to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. And there we go, first quest complete. Happy with that. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You've taken the first step as an adventurer. I mean, is it really a tutorial when you've not really done anything yet? All I've done is walk up a path and spoke to someone. I've not had any battles or anything yet. Important quests used to tell the story of Eorzea and her people are called main scenario quests with a unique icon. That's fine. So those ones we can't unlock yet, I think. I suppose now I'm level 2. I'll let's have a look through the system here. Character configuration and stuff, system configuration. Have a quick look through. What are the settings? Is there, for those in the chat who have played this, is there any particular settings that are kind of that a lot of folk tend to put or like avoid? Interface size, we can probably take that down to 150, I think. From 150, sorry. I don't know if that is that too small now. Alright, maybe I'll maybe keep it at 150, I guess. What else have we got? Theme settings. Nothing really that exciting. Right, let's have a wander then. Start our first proper quest. Close to home. Mion, proprietress of the Carline Canopy, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. I'm assuming there'll be some actual fights here. Right, let's begin with the beginning. Now you're a former member of the Adventurers Guild, must make sure you have a firm grasp on the fundamentals. Let's do it. I'm ready. Let's go visit the Aetheryte. The massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheryte Plaza, not far from the Carline Canopy. A device that enables instantaneous transportation, plays a key role in the life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you've located the crystal, all you have to do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer further instruction. Next we're visiting the Lancers Guild. Learn the arts of the polearm, speak with Jillian, and she'll get us started. Third and final task, have us visit the market at the heart of Old Gridania's commercial district. There you'll find weapons such as weapons and armour, and all the various items that an adventurer may need on his travels. Master Merchant will be uncooperative at times, but be sure to offer him one of our famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach's full. One more thing, should you happen to come across any citizens in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I am certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Right, the work they offer is unlikely to be realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth, blah blah blah. Right, okay, that's fine. Let's go visit the Lancers Guild, we'll visit the Aetheryte, and we'll go visit this guy and give him an eel pie. Alright, don't know what they were up to. Sure we'll find out very, very shortly. Alright, what's happening? Gone black. I broke the game already. Oh, there we go. Right, the main menu grants quick and easy access to most of the game's main features. For example, selecting character under character will opens blah blah blah. Right, okay. Suppose this is just something I'll look into in time. Sanctuaries, where the crescent moon icon will appear to the right of your experience bar whenever you enter a sanctuary. While in this area, you'll accrue a rested bonus. The bonus will continue to grow even if you're offline. All experience earned through battle, crafting, and gathering will, while under the benefit, will be increased by 50%. Current rested bonus is displayed on top of the experience bar. Dark orange shows how much more experience can be earned before the bonus fades. The bar is blue, it indicates that you're carry over to the next level. Ends in cities, blah blah blah. Classify the sanctuaries, maximize your experience. Okay, that's fine. Try to make the eye sockets, but it ain't working. You try to make the Wood Whaler's mask. Navigation, selecting map from travel, blah blah blah. Right, that's fine. Nothing exciting there. Liv Morgan, what's she doing playing the game? Right, so these are just standard, your box standard quests. I think let's just start it though. Good adventure is hard to find. Bernadette, searching for adventurers eager to prove their mettle. I would just speak to Chancelope of the God's Quiver. Find him standing vigil before the Archers Guild. Okay, we'll go speak to him. First, let's activate the Aetheryte, I guess. Greetings, adventurer. So who might you be? Allow me to offer you a bit of instruction myself. I am Nietzsche, or Nithia, of the Wood Whalers, and I know a thing or two of the Aetheryte, that big crystal there. Aetherites are devices that tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Turn and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as the devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Truly few things in this world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. But you need not locate them all at once. Before rushing out into the wilds, I suggest you start with the Aetherites found here in Gridania. Should you wish to learn more about the Aetherite or transportation magic, I am here to answer your questions. Return learned. Okay, so I'm guessing that... trying to remember from my very limited amount of experience with this game beforehand, I'm guessing return is where I can respawn point, isn't it? Instantly travel back to your home point, casting... Okay, so that's your home, basically. You can quick travel home at any point. Only limitation is it can only be cast once every 50 minutes. That's fine. No problem at all. Can I run? Yes. Alright, Zed boys, how you doing? Got another wee quest here. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Preserving the past. Adele is looking for an adventurer to deliver a forgotten item. Not a moment ago, we dispatched the newest recruit Arthur to inspect Me Keto's amphitheatre. Regrettably, the young hire has more spirit than sense, and he charged off those tools. Suffice to say, he won't be getting any work done. We'd be so kind as to deliver them. Go find Lohelic. Right, actually, let me... What have I got in terms... I need to find my way around the interface here, first of all. Let's... Right, okay, so I can use touchpad as a mouse, that's quite cool. How do I open the map? Oh, there we go, square. That was easy. So... Let me have a quick look here. So, we're next to the Carpenter's Guild. I think... Are we heading towards... Can I make that bigger? Come on. Oh, I don't know. Right. I suppose... I think we're heading towards Old Gridania. I think that's saying that the next part of the quest in Old Gridania. I think there's a quest down here though that I can do or finish, so let's head down here. Oh, there's Lohelic. Let's give him his tools. Here they are, still fresh and unused as the day got him. Doubt he's even realised he left the bloody things behind. First day he forgets his tools. Dav's sword needs a kick up the... Kick up the what? Deliver the recruit's toolbox to Arthur. Oh, I should probably start this quest actually. Needs the assistance of a kind adventurer. You'll do anything for a reward. I mean, within reason. I want you to make O'Nilly laugh. I mean, with a name like that, it's probably no wonder nothing makes her laugh. She's no good with strangers, so first you should introduce yourself politely with a bow. Or a bow, depending on how you want to pronounce that. Emotes, okay. Words are just not enough. Emotes can be used to express blah blah blah. I'll work that out in a wee bit. Oh, maybe I should work it out now. Okay, so there's O'Nilly. Crap. How do I do an emote? Oh, there we go, emotes. Do I just have to do that in front of her? Hi, she says. Oh, there we go, done. Mummy told me to wait here until she gets back. That seemed to work, but she still looks sad. Try sharing the joy in your heart with her. That'll prove how nice you are. joy. There we go. Did that work? Maybe I wasn't close enough. Or maybe I had to highlight her first. There we go, that worked. You're odd. Well, thank you. Think she's starting to like you? Good. Now that you've broken the ice, I bet that if you surprise her and just start dancing, she'll laugh her head off. Yeah, I'm not really the dancing type, but cool. Dance, there it is. Looking good, Joker. You're a really good dancer, mister. That looked like fun. Maybe I should try it sometime. You're pretty good at this. I nearly lost her father 5 years ago during all the fighting. She hasn't laughed so much. She hasn't laughed much since then. I wanted to. I mean, we're all worried. But a lot of the younglings have been following me around lately, and you wouldn't understand. Anyway, thanks for the help. 111 gil. It's a very, very odd amount, but I'll take it. Thank you very much. Alright, let's go see what else we've got. There's a... I'll head over to this other quest that I can complete here. Actually... Oh, I need to go to Old Gridania for that anyway, so I suppose we're heading to Old Gridania. How do I get there? We'll head up. Head up this way? Yes. Old Gridania. Ah, there we go. So there are a couple of things I can do here. Where's the... Ah, here it is. Parsemontret. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsemontret, master of the markets? That you can stroll in here about as you please and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant does not for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If on the other hand you had some tasty morsel to curry my favour, then I might reconsider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mion's handiwork. And more specifically her baking. Don't look so surprised, son. I smelled that eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. No problem. That that flaky crust. Just divine. Very well, I'm a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than the rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armour. What's wrong with the lance I've got? Such goods of the province of the rosewood stalls. Directly south of here, you'll be pleased to learn that the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. As potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the ebony stalls. The shelves there are lavishly stocked by widely travelled Ul'dan merchants, and I may truly say I have seen things amongst the myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. If you follow me thus far, the first step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with price and profit. There's little more I can teach you with mere words. Go peruse the stalls. Blah blah blah. Right, well, we already know how to hand over an item because we've just done it. I suppose we'll take on his quest before we've finished the last one. Take my previous explanation did not suffice to sate your curiosity. If you wish to know more of the markets, I shall give you a practical education free of charge. Well, this looks decent. Delegate the fulfillment of this particular request to you. Blah blah blah. It doesn't look too interesting, really. Deliver the recruits to... Oh, that's a different one. Obtain a boar spearhead from Girthsid, obtain a pot of beeswax oil, and obtain a length of brambleweed rope. Okay, I'm sure we'll stumble upon these guys soon. Take the damn brambleweed rope and bugger off. Thank you very much. That's one down. We'll head up here though, we'll try and finish the actual storyline. Whaling Barracks. Go. Ah, there's Jillian. I see you brought your own spear. If you seek to refine your skills, then you've come to the right place. So I'm guessing a Lancer is typically an Elven class. I just look like a wee outsider from here, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Postulant of the Lancers Guild wants a fledgling adventurer to deal with a squirrel problem. Lancers Guild looking for someone to track down and exterminate half a dozen squirrels. The infernal pests have been squeezing in under our floorboards every year for the past several moons and gnawing away at the support pillars. They've yet to inflict any serious structural damage, thank the builder, but I hesitate to bring such a trifling matter before the wood whalers of the gods quiver. Hence my delight at your timely arrival. By an adventurer who could not dispatch such woodland nuances is not worthy of name. Out here in Predania, at any rate. Whoa, that guy's got a cursor as a wee pet. That is awesome. And you know what becomes of incapable adventurers, but perhaps it's best you do not. Squirrels of which I spoke can be found in the central shroud. Let's go. Batter the wildlife, eh? What else can I do around here, though? Not too sure. Oh, I should probably... Is that another crystal here? Ethernet shard. Should probably make sure and get all these, eh? So I can fast travel. Quick travel throughout the city can be achieved by simply placing your hand upon the shards. I suppose the only thing I hate about this is the whole slowness at the very start of a game like this is, you know, look at that cooldown on the sprint. It's I feel like I don't even get much of a chance to use it, and then I need to wait, what, 40 seconds, 50 seconds maybe before I can use it again. Surely in a sanctuary you should be able to sprint wherever the hell you want. Oh, totally missed a couple of bits there. Am I an anesthesiologist? What makes you say that? Right, so we've got all the is there... Christ. Still trying to find my way around this Oh, there we go. Yeah, still trying to find my way around the old interface here. You're watching a show and they mentioned an anesthesiologist. Which show are you watching? There's another wee shard. I like seeing the little bud next to my name that tells this whole world that I am a complete noob. The Resident. Don't think I've heard of that. Is that on TV or Netflix or some sort of streaming service? Oh, I should probably head back up to the Lancers Guild as well. Suppose we'll finish these up first. Good cooldown. Stop slouching, thank you. I'm really bad for slouching, like really bad for slouching. Especially when I'm sitting in this fucking chair all day. Ugh. I'm trying my best to stay straight. This is the exact reason why I've put that on the redeem actions though, because I'm really bad at slouching, like really fucking bad for it. My back is terrible. Right, here's your tools, mate. Oh, you're from the guild too then. Thanks for bringing the tools. You're new at the Oak Atrium too. Well, let's both work hard for the good of the guild. What have we got? Experience a wind shard, tiny crystalline manifestation of etheric wind energy. And some grade 1 dark matter. Fuck, that's some good sounding stuff for the beginning of the game. This is the amphitheater. Stain, the caretaker of Me Keto's amphitheater, needs an adventurer to help her tidy up. Not only well-meaning men like yourself who are drawn to this place, Sylphs often visiting the dead at night long after everyone's gone to bed. We have no particular objection to their presence and they seem grateful for the accommodation. So much so that last night they left us a token of their appreciation in the form of vegetables. But there's too many of them by the sounds of things. Good old fetch quest, eh? At least I'm not fetching them very far. And thankfully they're very, very obviously visible in the game as well. Those are one more. This. There. Too easy. But really this is why I'm playing this tonight, because I want an easy night. Okay. Due Messand. Let's see what you've got to say. There's need of an adventurer to deliver a message. My superior stationed outside Atelier Fen Il. He's doubtless busy, but I'm past due to be relieved. Long past due to be told. However, I can't simply abandon my post, so I'm basically going to give your boss a wee nudge. Go activate this first. Play Crash, it's easier. Yeah, the first few levels are certainly easier. I suppose I can go places now. Let's go back to Lancer's Guild and finish one of the quests up there. Okay. What business have you with me? Have you come upon the bidding of Master Parsemontret? Yeah, here's all your things, mate. What was this? Earth Shard. Curious what these are for so early in the game. What else have we got? Oh, Leather Workers Guild. Did I don't know if I activated that. That shard down here. Yeah, a whole minute to wait to use the sprint action again. But how long does it actually last? This 20 seconds maybe? Oh yeah, I think I did actually activate this one. Yeah, 20 seconds. nerve of that snivelling little shite crying for relief at a time like this. Has he already forgotten how short-handed we are since that business with the XO the other day? And sending a bloody unknown venturer to do his bleating, no less. That self-serving sod thinks only of his own woes, rubbing his sore soles while welcoming all manner of gill-grabbing venturers into our holy wood. Useless bloody fool, makes my blood boil, it does. But it's not you I should be giving a piece of my mind to. You seem decent enough, considering. Still, understand that it's our duty to keep an eye on every stranger that passes through these parts. Any road, I appreciate you lending an ear to my subordinate. Damn fool that he is. Go on then, and stay out of trouble. A couple of wee potions as well. Oh. Probably a reason why your subordinate doesn't want to fucking speak to you himself, eh? Right, what have we got? So, just 2 quests open, I think. Other than that squirrel one, I don't really know what I'm doing with that. But head back to New Gridania. Finish up on a couple of quests here. I am already jealous of all the people that have got cool wee pets. I want a golden beaver to run around in front of me. The Conquering Hero returns. You have completed my little tasks, I trust. The 3 locations you visited will feature prominently in your life as an adventurer. It's best you grow familiar with them as soon as possible. And you took the time to listen to the woes of the citizenry. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to lend your talents to one and all, no matter how trivial the matter may seem. I'm thankful that you're the obliging sort, Ken. It is adventurers like you who will win the hearts of the locals and pave the way for those who follow. I pray Gridania can rely on your aid in its struggles to come. Oh, that's quite a lot of experience there. Not sure that we level up. Nice. You attain level 3. Still drinking beer. I've got a wee bit left of this one. I'll probably grab another after this. I'm not as keen to down them all as I was earlier. This quest is not available yet. Oh, okay, so I need to be level 4. That's fine. So the red jobs I can't do just yet. Let's take a minute just to have a wee look at the HUD and stuff and see. Oof. What can I change about and stuff? Don't think I really need to change anything about. The only thing I kind of wanted to change was the chat window, but I mean I don't think I've any real need to move the chat window. What's this? I am one of the smiths, a stoker of fires and forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see you have recently taken up the Adventurer's mantle. The possibilities stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. My fellow smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the guild also enlists a cadre, I don't know what that word is, of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulative wisdom. You can recognize these helpful men and women by their title of mentor. Mentors stand ready to advise you in any aspect of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belts, will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. The mentor may even offer to accompany you on their adventures. Okay, are these like kind of mods basically? The new adventurer status is applied to all players who have recently begun their adventure. Amongst Eorza's thriving population, there are seasoned players known as mentors who have taken upon themselves to assist new players. When a new adventurer and a mentor form a party, they both receive a bonus to experience earned upon invitation by a mentor. New adventurers also gain access to the Novice Network, an exclusive chat channel where they can consult with mentors, blah blah blah. To adjust newbie tip, once you start getting guild tests, do those. They help better understand concepts, combat concepts that you'll see throughout the game. Oh, nice. Am I kind of keeping an eye out for them just now, or are they kind of something I won't come across till kind of later? Tata Sosa needs someone to return an iron snaffle he accidentally took from Tree Speak Stables. Finishing the Hall of Novice stuff also gives you an XP boosting item. Okay, seems like we should probably go and do that then. I think the question is, Hall of the Novice stuff. Where is the Hall of the Novice stuff? I don't know if I missed that on the wee chat there or not. What have we got here? Might already be in the menu. Hall of the Novice. Grants entrance to the Hall of the Novice and access to the regimen of training exercises designed to teach new disciples of war and magic the basics of combat for tank, healer, and DPS roles. Command not available yet. I'm guessing I'll maybe get it after like the next like main story quest, I guess, or something like that. Back to Old Gridania, I guess. Right, so what quests have I got around here? Oh, there's a bunch over here. I mean, I should probably have a wander around this whole area. If for no other reason than to get the Aethernet shards. Just to make quick travel a bit easier. What have we got down here? Oh. Oh, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so we'll probably head down this way. This way. I get my bearings on that map there. Don't think there's anything down here, but at least if we go here, we can get the Aethernet shard without having to walk back on myself. Oh, actually, I've already done this one, haven't I? This is the amphitheater. I realise this is here. Pretty sure I've done this one already. Yep. What a waste of time that was. Never mind. Is it worthwhile for me to just take on as many quests as I see, or is there like a limit to how many you can take on at once? Or is that not, well, I'm assuming there is a limit, but is that something that I really need to worry about right now? Elaine asked for an assistant for a frantically busy student. So we're doing speak with Braya, even Braha. Don't need to worry about it now. Cool, so I'll just take on anything that I come across then. On an errand for that glutton of a Lalafell. Memory serves, the iron snaffle of yours looks like the kind they use in chocobo bridles. Bodwine would be the fellow to ask about that. There are a couple of types of quests. So I'm guessing like taking on like a main story quest won't affect, like even if there is a limit, like it'll be limited for X, Y, and Z types of quests rather than just a general pool of quests. The ones with the gold meteor, like Fringe, the main story ones, aye. Then you've got your standard question marks that look like you're just your side quests, I guess. Ones with a blue or gold plus mark are ones that open up new side content. Okay, so that'll be like maybe unlocking new classes, stuff like that. The most basic kind of quest are the standard gold exclamation mark. Aye. That's fine. Key items. Nothing too fancy about that. Bria's busy with preparations for the coming ceremony and needs an adventurer to bring her scarlet oil. The MSQ and the Blue Plus quests are the most important. Cool, I'll keep an eye out for them more than anything then. What's this? Cheeky wee easy quest, wouldn't it? Don't patronise me. Impressed at how well you follow my instructions. Okay, so I can get either a potion or an ether. We'll go for potions, because... oh, actually, I suppose... Yeah, we'll go with potions. I suppose ether probably won't just be for magic like in past games. What else have we got around here? Head back to New Gridania then. Even if you only do the main story quest and ignore all our side quests, you'll still out-level the main story quest if you're on an EXP bonus server. Okay. I don't think I am. I think I'm just on a regular one, whatever Ragnarok is. That's good to know though. So there's basically kind of, not cheats, but you know, ways to make the game a bit easier if you really want to. Even if you're not doing, even if you're not still, even if you're not, you'll still probably out level it. I was level 50 doing level 20 quests, Jesus. I'm guessing at this point of the game, with the amount of updates and stuff, the amount of kind of experience required to kind of get through the game, at least the start of the game, is fairly quick. Probably power through it quite quickly, I imagine. You're playing as a healer, so I'm sure that had something to do with it. Instant dungeon queues whenever you like gives you a huge amount of experience. Quite excited to start seeing the dungeons, but I suppose first of all it would be nice to have a single battle. We've not had yet. We've not actually left this this town yet. We'll do that in a moment. Oh, there's a couple of quests in here. One from Chancellor himself. Play Forest Fungoirs. Probably good. I should probably get these kind of quests before I head into the outside world. Right, how the hell are you even meant to pronounce that? Mubas of the Archers Guild wants you to deliver a sealed message to the markets. Okay. So we'll head off to the Central Shroud now and get our first taste of battle. Oops, I don't want to teleport. This is always the issue with a game that's clearly made with a mouse and keyboard setup in mind. Navigating with a controller is very difficult sometimes. Doesn't help that MMOs in general have so many windows and mechanics and game systems that for a newbie like me is actually quite overwhelming. Okay. Battle, here we go. Select a target with directional buttons. Right. I'm not going to bother reading that. I'm sure we'll discover quite quickly how battle works. We've obviously got the binding items. Well, maybe look at that in a moment. Those poor squirrels, they look like they're doing nothing wrong. Yeah, those ladybugs actually. I do like that the game clearly marks that you should probably kill these guys because they're needed for a quest. So I've got that skill. I was thinking to myself that these skills would require, so I've got a true thrust. I figured that these kind of skills would require MP of some sort, or like some sort of technical points. But it looks like there's just a cooldown on them, which is cool. Makes me less hesitant to use them. I like that they also do like basically 0 damage as well. Yeah, I can see them do like 2 hits, 2 HP damage on each hit. But by the time they get their next turn, it's actually already healed. So we got a couple more ladybugs. Don't need to do the squirrels anymore, I can leave them alone. Oh, a new melee-oriented classes such as Gladiator and Marauder can chain together their weapon skills to deal additional damage. If a weapon skill can be chained with another, it will be indicated in the weapon skill's help text under combo action. In the case of Vorpal Thrust, if executed immediately after True Thrust, the potency will be increased. Nice. Let's give that a go. I'm assuming that little animation meant that the combo worked there, so that's cool. Slay Forest Fungar, so they still be done. I can see... Oh, there we go. That's them there. Might as well go kill some fungus before we head back to town. They look like they're just kind of chilling by themselves. Feel a bit bad actually killing them, but never mind. Guy's got to do what he has to do to earn some guilt. Whoa, what's he? Tree and sapling. Maybe stay a little bit away from him, I think. What was that, level 12? I think he was. Like fucking never aggroed me. Feel bad just, you know, decapitating these mushrooms there. They're not doing anything wrong here. Oh, I can use the return skill. Save me a wee trip. Should get used to doing that now. 4 seconds to cast it though. Okay, okay. I just need to remember where these. Oh, I can do the next main story quest actually now, but let me go and sort these out first. Can't quite remember where I'm going to finish these quests, but there's one. I can get either a leather eye patch or a hempen hat. So the hempen hat looks more like a mage kind of thing, so strength and dexterity or intelligence. Eye patches are pretty cool. Let's go for the eye patch. Since the armory system in Final Fantasy XIV allows you to change your class or job by simply changing the weapon or tool in your main hand, it's recommended that you always have several sets of gear on hand. However, gear can take up tremendous amounts of space, which is why all adventurers carry an armory chest. All gear purchased, crafted, or found is automatically stored in this chest, leaving your inventory free to fill with other items such as potions, crafting materials, and food. Gear in your armory chest is categorized and sorted by type. Oh, that's quite cool. A little bit of a help there for when I do eventually get other classes. Right. Let's just get our way around this UI. I know I can equip my recommended stuff, but what else do I have? Ring of Fidelity. My leather. Why can't I? Oh, I need to be level 5 to use the leather eye patch. That's fine. Keep that in mind for the next level up. Level 15, an NPC called the Smith at the inn will have a set of job tutorials for you that are really good set. Give you a really good set of armor that can last until 25 or 30, and is usable across most DPS classes. Oh, a nice one. I did obviously speak to the Smith, I think, earlier. So that's quite a handy thing. A lot of people miss it because it doesn't push you to do it very hard. It just mentions it briefly. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the kind of person that as soon as you see anything on the map indicating some sort of quest, I'll probably go visit it anyway, so I'll definitely keep that in the back of my mind whenever level 15 rears its head. Where am I going down here? It's going to take me a long time to get used to the map and kind of find my surroundings. Celestine, a world-weary veteran of many adventurers, is looking for an inexperienced young soul to make a delivery on her behalf. That seems rather... I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Predatory? Straightforward job that I'd do with a smile if I were 10 years younger. A taste of maturity, advanced to a higher level. You're perfect for a little task for someone fresh-faced. Okay. Don't care about that right now. Let's go do this little quest. So we're visiting the Bannock training ground found just outside the city, where the soldiers of the Order of the Twin Adder drilled in swordplay and other material mattered. I mentioned this acquaintance of mine, gentleman named Galfred. There's an instructor there. Go find him. Cool. You can do that. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, he's not actually anywhere here. He's in the Central Shroud. Okay, so I'll need to head out one of the ways. But we'll go finish these other quests first before we head back into the wide world. Might give me enough experience to equip that eye patch. I do kind of wish I could see that on a map where these points are, because obviously Lancer's Guild doesn't really mean much to me at the moment in regards to where that even is. Okay, so here we go. Blue plus. So made up your mind to enlist in the Lancers Guild, yes. I shall let Guildmaster Wayne know to expect you. All who seek admittance to our ranks must present themselves before him. He will judge blah 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 blah. Cool. Let's go speak to Wayne. See what his deal is. Well met, adventurer. I understand you wish to learn the Lancer's art under our roof. Though you have doubtless brandished a spear before this day, and perhaps even in earnest, you have a long way to go before you may call yourself a Lancer in sooth. In my capacity as Guildmaster, I shall guide your training, beginning with the basics, the principles of our art. There exist myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensively minded as ours. Our approach is ever one of attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced Lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. To facilitate such a relentless assault, we Lancers forego plate, favouring armour of leather and chain, such materials as provide adequate protection without unduly hindering movement. Always prefer a light armour build. By its nature, the polearm is a simple weapon to wield for good or ill. Even in a farmer's hands, it is capable of wreaking considerable havoc. Yet know that a lance alone does not a Lancer make. Faced with an unfavourable odds, an unseasoned spearman will break formation and flee without a moment's hesitation. True Lancer, however, flinches not before his enemies, for he knows not the meaning of fear. Ever does he press forward, disdainful of the odds, that he may pierce the enemy line and open a path to victory. Needless to say, doing so requires no small amount of courage, and that is why our guild has striven from the first to instill this essential quality in every soul who passes through our halls. Arduous trials await you. Yes, let's do it. Have I the resolve? Of course I do. Right, in order to develop an affinity with your weapon, you are to go forth and brandish your spear with reckless abandon. Squirrels, ladybugs, funguars that roam just outside the city should provide you with a suitable challenge. Put down, say, 3 of each and report back to me. I've already done that. Okay, we can do that. At least it's something I can do just kind of in the background while I'm wandering the streets again. Let's see, what else have I got here? I can go to the Conjurer's Guild, complete that one. Yeah, I really wish it was like auto sprint in towns and stuff. I don't see why it seems you can't do that. Here's your oil. Oh, what have we got here? Fingerless leather gloves or leather light mitts. So Disciples of War, probably better for them. Only archers and machinists get access to the Sprint Anywhere skill, unfortunately. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. I'm assuming it's possible to then, you know, switch to archer later on with a bow and, you know, use the Sprint Anywhere, and then when you're out and about again, you're actually battling, you can go back to your other class. As long as the skill exists, I suppose it's better than it not existing at all. Right, what have I got next? I'm sure there's one more. There we go. Back to the Leather Workers Guild, up to the markets. Every time. It just seems like the cooldown on it is really, really strange. Here's your sealed message. Easy peasy. I feel like, oh, what's this? Nothing that I can use at the moment anyway. Yeah, I feel like there's probably not much point in me buying any equipment at the moment because there's so many little quests here and there that I'm probably going to very quickly outgrow that gear, I guess. So let's head back out to the world. Kill ourselves some more mini mobs. Yeah, you level up so fast at this point that gear is almost irrelevant. Yeah, I kind of thought as much. Oh, Aratai, thank you very much for the follow. Very, very much appreciated. Let's go kill ourselves some more squirrels. Really feel bad for these guys. Oh, hey, gotta do what you gotta do. You know, I need to prove my mettle. Oh, not too far away to use it. I was wondering what the hell was happening there. I feel bad kind of going all out with these combos and these guys. Anything else? Do I need the squirrel still? I think I've done. Yeah, I've done the squirrel. There we go. So just a couple more fungars. I kind of hear that treant behind me. There he is. A couple of fungars. There we go. So while we're just wandering the overworld, where is everyone from? It's always good to hear whereabouts in the world people come, or what kind of people stumble upon my stream from. Obviously, I'm from Scotland. It's actually a rarity that I actually see anyone else from Scotland in the stream, other than guys I know personally. You know, it's always interesting to find out when people tend to be on Twitch as well, because obviously it's what, 9:30 here almost. You know, I've had folk from the other side of the world on the stream. It's always good. Places like Singapore, Australia, which is you know, pretty much polar opposite. 9 o'clock in the morning I watch a stream is pretty bizarre, if I'm honest. Although I do watch streams occasionally when I'm working, so I suppose it's not that bizarre. I suppose we'll always go for the Disciple of War stuff, because that's given us a good direction. Right, once you track down some initiates that failed to appear for training. What do you want? Volunteer to gather materials used in the training of recruits. I can deal with that as well. Okay, so slay bog yarzins and obtain their shells. On the west coast in the States, so it's fairly early over there. Oh, that's awesome. How early is early? I'm trying to think. West coast will probably be about 10 hours behind, I think. 1 in the afternoon, 8 hours. Yeah, okay. A little bit off. I suppose it depends on the daylight savings and all that. What brings you to Twitch at 1 in the afternoon then on a Saturday? Power of the elemental wanes, the harmony of the forest gives way to chaos. A great abundance of life's been lost in the strong run rampant, stifling the weak and new sprung. Though it may not appear so to the eyes, the outside of the Twelves Wood is ailing. Its once rich variety of fading memory. For the citizens of Gridania, restoration of the forest is a sacred duty, and it is my hope that adventurers such as you will offer to aid them in their struggle. Oh, there we go, some boots as well. Let's go for the altered thigh boots. And a level, oh, actually level 6. I completely missed level 5 to equip that eye patch. The Fate system. Full active time event. Public quests occur periodically. Oh, I think, are these not like kind of big enemies that multiple people go and batter, basically? I think I remember that from the last time I played. And I've got a wee life surge skill as well. Playing Final Fantasy XIV yourself, usually turn on Twitch in the background and just mute the game sounds unless you're doing a dungeon. Oh, that's cool. I'm guessing obviously you're quite late game if you're happy to watch us newbies. I do appreciate a game that has that kind of community that is very appreciative of new guys coming into the game and try to learn the game, you know. Fates give some quick experience, but the main draw for them won't come till later when you can get a special currency from them. Okay, so I'll probably just ignore them for the most part unless there's a particularly cool battle I come across. So what's this life surge? Ensures critical damage for the first weapon skill used while life surge is active. Okay. Can deal with that. Let's start the next quest. Which is to inspect your equipment and thereby gauge your readiness for future missions. See, you're eager to lend a hand, but I cannot in good conscience send you into the forest until I've established that your equipment is equal to the task. It bears repeating that in the 5 years since the dawn of the 7th Umbra era, many of the 12's Woods creatures have transformed into vicious, bloodthirsty monsters. Venturing in the forest without the proper gear is tantamount to suicide. I suggest you take some time to evaluate your equipment. Once you deem your armour to be of sufficient quality, present yourself to me for inspection. I need to equip a head, body, hand, leg and feet with a level 5 bit of armour, which I think I've got quite a lot of now. I don't know if I've got the full amount. Let's see, I can equip the eye patch. I don't have a new tunic yet. But oh, it is. See, it says item level 5, but it just says level 1. I assume I need that to be beneath all classes level 5, because that's the tunic I started with. Final Fantasy XIV quick built around the idea of helping new players out and gives experienced characters significant bonuses for helping out. It's kind of a trained thing to be welcoming and helpful. See, even if it's a design of the game, the fact that people are doing it is obviously very, very much appreciated. There we go, so we've got our fingers gloves, nothing on the waist. So I think I just need a new body. It's a new body armor, I think. Will this let me continue already? I think you passed muster. You'd be surprised at how many young promising soldiers get themselves killed by rushing off into the woods without donning a decent set of armor. Okay, that's fine. So let's get ourselves a new harpoon. We'll quickly equip that as well. Damage +1, brilliant. What you want? Better than nothing though, eh? Start the next quest as well. By your tireless efforts, you have proven yourself a friend of Gridania. I believe you can be trusted with sensitive intelligence. I mean, I've literally been in the game for what, an hour and a half, so clearly just trusting your intelligence to anyone that walks through. I would assign you a mission of considerable import, yet the need for secrecy prevents me from disclosing the details until you've pledged your participation. I am authorized to tell you only that it concerns suspicious activity in the Twelveswood. Say that you will lend us your aid and I shall proceed with the briefing. Go for it. Please tell me what you want from me. Good, time is of the essence, so listen well. You will now have heard that a suspicious individual has been seen prowling the Twelveswood, and you may also be aware that the Ixali activity has risen sharply in the region of late. What you may not know is that this increase coincided almost exactly with the first recorded sighting of the aforementioned individual. Suspecting a connection, we tightened our surveillance in hopes of tracking down our unknown visitor. Alas, our quarry is proving to be exceedingly elusive, almost as if he knows our movements ahead of time. But where whole units have failed, a lone adventurer may yet succeed. Acting independently and covertly, you may be able to close in on our quarry unnoticed. Fear and anxiety are beginning to take their toll upon the citizenry, Ken. For their sake, I ask that you aid us in this investigation. So surely, knowing that one person rather than a whole army is probably going to be better. Why don't you just send one guy? But let's head to the stump. Find out what's going on. Right, speak with the idol. Initiates, which are kicking about here. Go back to work, mate. You're not getting paid to sleep. Find the others. Very dangerous to walk right in the firing line of a bunch of bows, but don't try this at home, kids. Someone's in trouble. Oh, that's a level 7 guy. Might be a little bit... I don't imagine it'll be too hard. If I can take on a quest to kill them, then I imagine it's not going to be too bad to fight one at a time at least. Right, where's this last guy? Is him down here? Around here, there he is. Or there she is, I should say. Oh, those guys are fucking menacing. They look like there is a... oh, what's it called again? I saw it when I was in Japan a couple of years ago. Up in Roppongi, there is a statue of like a spider-esque kind of monster in the middle of one of the sort of shopping districts. And it is so cool. I cannot remember the name for the life of me. If you're going to Google and type in something like Roppongi spider, I'm certain you'll find a picture of it. It's really cool. But yeah, they look the spitting image of those kind of spider beasts. Righto, let's go slay some bog yarzens then. Get some of their shells. See what these guys are up to. That wasn't too bad at all. There's one, although there is a couple there, so that might be a bit... I can probably deal with two, can I? Easy peasy. One more. Right, what does that kind of red triangle mean there? A 4-4? Nice one. Yeah, try and get my... Hey, I can jump. Too easy. What are you giving me? Braised papira, tree-toad legs, some elegant tin pieces. Skill speed +1. Probably go for that then. Okay, let's have a quick look at the map and see what we're looking for. There's a wee fate down there. Those things. The Lifemen Stump. That's where we're heading, isn't it? Guessing that's a dungeon, yeah. Oh, I can zoom out. I didn't even notice that at first. Right, okay. I think everything else is in the... yeah, I need to go back into town to finish the rest, so I might as well. And oh, there we go. Oh, wait a second. Where am I going? Bring the camera out a bit. Thankfully they don't aggro me. You just leave them be. They look like they might not be as friendly though. Oh, they're fine. So I'm guessing then, I'm guessing that I've kind of answered my own question there. I'm guessing when it's just like a wee alien face, they'll only attack when I attack them. But if it's got like sort of red triangle around it, I'm assuming they'll attack me on sight. Heading behind this waterfall. Wait, what? I missed a way in. This is where I'm supposed to be going, right? Oh. Is there another way around here? Oh, okay. I was supposed to go. Ah, okay, I see. I'm supposed to go up that way. I see. Looking rather stupid. There's also a feature called the hunting log that you can open with the H key. That gives you access to easy experience while you're roaming. Okay, I don't have the, like say, I'm using the controller rather than the keyboard, but see if I can find a hunting log. Oh, I don't have it yet. I'll keep that in mind though for when got really far behind on mine for Conjurer and Rogue to be traveling all over the world trying to catch up. Yeah, as soon as I get that unlocked, I'll keep that in mind. I'm glad those treants are friendly. You're about to enter an instance battle. Instance battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty. About to enter a special instance. These areas are reserved for important battles which feature unique environmental conditions and powerful boss enemies. Cool, let's do it. It did say level 9 there, didn't it? But fuck it. I'm at level 7, I think. What's the worst that can happen?
Look, someone's already here. Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea. Really bad idea. It takes a lot less than that to incite the green wrath, you know. Why, the first time we came to the 12's Wood, we almost ended up as a stranger dinner, just for crashing our airship in the wrong place. It was all Popolino's fault, of course. Though he'd sooner swallow his
That wasn't quite the voices I had matched up to those people there. I thought that high-pitched voice would have come from the wee one.
You know him, Kubla Cop?
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage. Isn't that right?
Papalymo has a memishly deep voice in Japanese.
How are the readings?
same as the last. There is a disturbance here as well.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I might actually change it to the Japanese voices. I much prefer Japanese. If I have the option to listen to the original voices, I will pretty much always do that. A few exceptions, of course, but not many.
Kuplo Cop seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Ever since the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow.
A lot of Lalafels have really deep voices in Japanese for some reason. I feel like they did it on purpose. That is actually brilliant. I can't wait to hear that. Oh no, this treant doesn't look as friendly as the last ones. Really don't have to face 4 of them. I'm guessing these guys are going to give me a hand though. Surely. Yes, there we go.
We have little choice.
Right, defeat the frenzied elms. Oh, I should probably actually select an attack. Oh, what's happening? Why am I not attacking? Oh, there we go. Invalid target. Oh, he's dead already. Jesus Christ, I didn't even need to do anything with these guys. Like, I swear to God, these guys are just doing all the work for me. Yeah, targeting I'm going to get used to, I think. More, be careful. Suppose I'll let everyone else deal with the wee ones. I'll just focus on this big guy. I don't see me getting targeted too much. Oh, they're curing me as well, so I really don't have to care or worry about anything. I just keep mashing the attacks. Not even bother with those wee frenzied bobs, they look pretty pointless. I'm glad it also tells me, like, highlights the moves that I can combo with, because I'm definitely going to forget them very soon. Like, as soon as I start getting more than like 4. Nearly there. Done. Time to get rid of these guys now. Is that it? Yes, duty complete. Oh, maybe you're thinking of Yu Yu Hasi, Pipin and Lolorito. Yeah, I'll definitely change to the Japanese voices then in preparation for that. It's been a while since I think I've played a really old school Final Fantasy story. One that's actually based around crystals.
Hear, feel, think.
I vaguely recall seeing this the first time I played. Assuming that was like a glimpse into the calamity.
Crystal bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Is this free to play? Says Z-Boys. Yeah, it's free to play up to level 60, I believe. Up to the first, is it Heaven's Ward, which I think is the first expansion. So there's like a hell of a lot of free content anyway. Obviously, I think you need to pay for anything above level 60, and if you want to play the newer expansions, but you know, there's plenty of free content to whet your appetite with it. It's the only reason I've held off for so long, to be honest, because it used to be subscription only. But they've made it slowly and slowly more free, I guess, as time's gone on.
Believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
So I'm guessing, because obviously I don't know what the story's like in this game past the first couple of hours. Certainly don't know what any of the expansion stories are like. Are the expansions more or less like separate stories, or is it going to be a case of once I kind of do everything I can in the free trial, am I going to be left on a cliffhanger, and it's basically going to be a case of, you want to find out the end of the story, give us the bucks, you know? I'm assuming there's at least one of the stories that gets a conclusion.
A surfeit of ether, no doubt.
And what have we here?
Alright, Kev Williams, how's it going? Did what you needed to do on Hitman. I was actually watching you play it a couple of times before. It's made me really tempted to buy it. It'll be my actual first proper PS5 game, I think.
It would seem an Ixal, and no ordinary Ixal either. A chieftain. That they would venture this deep into enemy territory, the beastmen may indeed be acting under orders. This is Papalimo. We found
How
the
are we
culprit.
feeling then?
It was an Ixalan
Better?
chieftain.
Good.
Yes, we'll seek Brother Esumian's cooperation in the matter. Ida?
Giant crystals.
Oh, loud.
Can't say I've
reckless.
seen any.
Much the same as always.
Are you sure you're feeling better?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to move to the Japanese voices.
Understood. Over and out.
I don't know. I've had this opinion for the best part of my life.
Please bear word of these developments to Brother
English dubs are
Esumian.
very, very
We
rarely
shall
good.
soon return to give a full report.
And maybe the Japanese dub's just as overacted as this, but at least I can hide it by the fact that I'm not completely fluent in Japanese, you know? And don't know any better.
Here is where we part ways. Till next time, take care.
Love I missed there. The core game and the core of the expansions wrap themselves up for the most part. There are a set of quests linking each other, introducing new areas and characters, everything directly build on stuff. Each expansion pack has its own contained story, but there's a huge overarching story. The things that are happening right now referenced in the newest expansion. It changes how one understands the scenes. The voices in A Realm Reborn are fairly shite in English, but they change the voice actors and improve the direction in the first expansion. Cool, I think I'll probably stick to the Japanese dub anyway. I always find that, like I say, original dubs are always generally superior.
Do you?
And this occurs to you now? Yes, it seemed that way. Time will tell.
Even in games that have
Well, time will have
generally
to, because you won't. You never tell me what's really going on,
like,
unless you don't know what's going
even
on
games
either.
like Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm pretty sure got fairly good praise for its English dub. And Persona seems to be a series that gets a lot of praise for its English dub as well.
Wouldn't you?
Only reason I've never really played Persona 4, I mean I've played a bit of it, but the reason I've never really wanted to beat it was because I just couldn't get over the voice acting in it. And the fact that the PC version has the Japanese dub is making me want to rebuy it again, just to experience a better voice acting experience. I'm pretty sure, I played the whole game of Fantasy VII Remake in Japanese as well. I remember watching the trailer in English and it just didn't really click with me. But yeah, pretty much any, especially if a game's set in Japan. Like see Yakuza, for example. Like I'm a huge Yakuza fan, as Kevin Williams will be able to tell you. And one of the things I love about it is up until the last game, Yakuza 7, they've never had an English dub, well, apart from the very first PS2 game. But you know, a lot of people are praising the fact that Yakuza 7 has an English dub now, but like I just don't understand why you would want an English dub in a game that is set in real world Japan, you know? It's like Persona 5, like I just don't understand why you would want to play Persona 5, a game that's set in a fictionalized real Japan. I don't know why you would want to experience that in any language other than Japanese. I think probably the only game I can think of that I would probably put the English dub on rather than Japanese dub is Metal Gear Solid. What was I about to do there? Oh yeah, change. Too busy complaining about English dubs that I forgot that was a way to try and change this to the Japanese dub. System config, cutscene audio. There we go. Japanese, exactly what I'm after. Right, we'll leave that there. 2 moments. I'm gonna go grab myself another wee beer and freshen up a little bit, and I'll be back in just a jiff. And I'm back. Thanks very much for the guys sticking around. Just grabbing another one of the nice beer hot crate that China 2 Eddie Devine recommended me buy this week. Got a really sick deal on it actually. It's supposed to be like 35 quid plus delivery. And he managed to get like a code that gave us a crate of 24 beers, like craft beers for £24, so it's been really good. And they've all been really nice. I think I said this last night, I really get dubious of buying these crates of random beers, because half the time you're going to get crap. It's like when you buy those Wrestle Crate or like those kind of Loot Crate kind of packages that you see, and you pay like 20 quid a month or whatever it is they ask you for, in the hopes that you're going to get some decent merch, and it's usually just a bunch of crap that they've got at the back of the warehouse. But these are actually all really, really nice beers. Right, so we changed it to Japanese dub. Let's progress a bit forward. So who are we looking for? You're getting this magic blade. We'll finish the quest. But yeah, like there's actually a particular scene. Oh, a fate joined. I didn't mean to do that. Should I? The Anoles of Naked Rock have ventured forth from their territory. Eliminate the pack before they begin feeding on small folk. Level 3. They're not. You're no match for me. Look at this. Go batter a couple of these guys. Yeah. Speaking of like English dubs, like I just feel like even if the dub is the best dub in the world, it's not that. Like I just feel like it's completely immersion breaking to play it in a completely different language. Like there's a scene in Persona 5. I'm not spoiling anything really. There's a scene in Persona 5 where they go on like vacation to Hawaii, and one of the characters is surprised that someone in Hawaii speaks Japanese. But obviously in the English dub, like it's all in English, so it just doesn't make any sense. And it's just like wee bits like that. Like see when a game makes one of their characters, it's like there's actually Yakuza 7 does this as well, where there's a character that speaks kind of broken English, and it doesn't really work well when all the characters speak in English. It's so immersion breaking. But I've always been like that. Same with films. I'm always a sub over dub guy. I'm not just talking Japanese either. I mean like anything, any like European cinema, like French, German, Italian, anything like that. I'll always listen to it in its original language where possible. And I urge everyone to do the same, to be honest with you. Right, one of our patrols sent word that you've been spotted doing battle with enraged treants, and relieved to find that you are none the worse for the experience. But tell you, what were you able to discover at the Lifemen stump? This incredibly curved blade. A sword in the stump and a dead Ixal. I say with absolute certainty that this blade is of Ixaly origin. It is of a kind used exclusively of the beastman's rituals. Ixal rarely set foot in the central shroud, so tight is our guard over the area. What purpose could have driven them to take such a risk? I fear something is afoot. And I suppose it's going to be down to me to sort this out for you, yeah? What's that? A dubious couple sporting peculiar spectacles? You have finally been acquainted with Ida and Papalemo. Papalemo? Papalamo. Papalamo sounds pretty good actually. We'll go with Papalamo. Lay your suspicions to rest, Gridania. Actually, did he say? I'm pretty sure he said his name in the cutscene. Completely forgot it though. Lay your suspicions to rest. Gridania counts them among her staunchest allies. Both are scholars hailing from a distant land and have been with us since before the calamity. Their garb may appear outlandish and their exchanges baffling, but never once have they given us cause to doubt them. Indeed, they often assist the gods Quiver and the Wood Whalers in their work, much as I hope you will in the days to come, Ken. Oh, I don't know why. This is probably actually a problem with playing a lot of Japanese games, where I keep pressing circle thinking this is going to progress the cutscene, and instead that's to skip the cutscene. I should keep pressing X. Although our unknown visitor eludes us still, owing to your efforts, we have acquired important intelligence of the Ixaly threat. You have my gratitude. You're fortunate indeed to have a capable adventurer such as you aiding us. I pray that you will continue to serve the people of Gridania in whatever capacity you are able. Cheers to that. Fix my posture while it's on my mind. There we go. Right, Chief Instructor of the Bannock wishes you to collect Chigo egg sacs. But they look so harmless. Task is simple, put down as many of the local Chigo population as necessary to get, 3 of their sacks? Deliver them to Monragwin at Gilbert's Spire. He will answer any queries you have. Alright, let's go kill some beasties. I mean, I would actually probably shite myself pretty hard if I saw a beast, like an insect that fucking large. High quality items. You've obtained a high quality item. HQ items can be easily identified by their icon as well as a special mark that appears next to their name. HQ gear will often have better stats than normal quality items, while HQ items materials used in synthesis will sometimes yield better results. Cannot be stacked with normal quality items. Okay, so they have their own little inventory space. Oh, look at that wee sproutling. Right, let's go see Monragwin. You must be the adventurer standing in for our injured companions. Terribly unfortunate business that. Here's your X-Ax. Seems, however, that you had little trouble gathering the sacks in their stead. Excellent work. I shall have them sent over to the Trappers League immediately. Lest you wonder, these egg sacks are not destined for the dinner table. Members of the Twin Adder and the Wood Whalers are assisting the League by collecting the samples they need to check for signs of sickness. Chigo, you see, is one of the few creatures capable of transmitting the disease known as the Creeping Death. So relatively recently, any higher who contracted this ghastly illness would almost invariably perish. Indeed, a single outbreak once claimed the lives of a third of Hyuran population here in Gridania. That was a long time ago, of course, with the medicines available to us now. Creeping Death is not the killer it once was. Even so, it is best to halt any new outbreaks before they occur. Thus we gather Chigo eggs on a regular basis, assist the Trappers League with their ongoing research. Jesus Christ, so I basically kill these guys to prevent us from getting killed. Second wind, okay, so roll actions. You've learned a roll action. Roll actions are spells and weapon skills that are assigned to all classes within a role, rather than a specific class. Roll actions are learned in the same manner, but only need to be learned once to be able to use them with all participating classes. The roll section has been added. Let's go have a look then, see. Where am I going? Did I miss that? Oh, actions, there we go. Roll. Second wind. Instantly restores HP. Oh, nice. Nice wee cure action. Alright, so what are you saying to me now, Moranguin? Monranguin. Jesus Christ, you got too many ends that are unnecessary. Needs you to recover the surveying equipment left behind in a cave by a startled recruit. Let's go. Let's go grab that then. What else have we got here? Arnold. You look like you should have an N in your name. Got a scurry of squirrels gnawing on the fences. Managed to drive them off, but not before they decided to gnaw on you instead. Now you're a bloody mess. Well, that was not very good, mate. You should probably go to a doctor. And especially if those chiggles are carrying diseases, you should maybe... Oh, I need to give a high potion to him. You should maybe think about making sure you're not carrying the creeping death. What can we get here? A copper gorget? Bone necklace. Intelligence and strength, intelligence and mind, or strength and dexterity. I mean, let's go for pure brute force at this point in the game. So that goes under neck. I don't think. Oh, that's weird. That's funny actually, that it's I should probably read the stats more, because that copper gorget does nothing for me. Strength and dexterity +1. But what I had on was strength, dexterity, vitality, so it was all stats +1. So let's put that back. Let's have a look. So let's see here. Where are we going? Cover the survey records, cover the boxes of surveyor's instruments, and recover the surveyor's rope. So I assume, yeah, we're headed down this way. It's fine. Follow the path down a bit. Oh, it's got an arrow anyway telling me where to go, so minimap's always a good time. Quick sprint. Oh shit. Not a bunch of York Barzans. Oh shit. Probably just go fire them all. Oh, what's happened here? Don't know how I've managed to change the buttons for Vorpal thrust and true thrust. Definitely didn't mean that. I like that I can combo into different enemies though, I don't have to necessarily use that. Grab the survey records. Get the instruments. Surveyor's rope. Oh no. You motherfucker. Interrupting my actions. One more instrument, that's fine. Let's go grab. Kill this motherfucker. It's funny that so many of these quests to begin with are just like Oh, like this, not even a story, I guess. There's no story happening, it's just little fetch quests, I guess. Not that I mind it at this point of the game. Like I say, tonight's a very chill stream. Are we on 10 past 10 already? Jesus. Gavino's Bower. Speak to little Pauline here. This is the equipment I left with the soldiers of the Bannock. Fled at the first sight of danger, you say? But all is not lost. It appears the recruit managed to complete the surveying assignment. Their records are actually quite detailed. The changes wrought by the calamity, I thought it wise to send the Order of the Twin Adder on a number of expeditions to map the region's topography. As fortune would have it, the officers saw these tasks as an excellent opportunity to train inexperienced soldiers. We can no longer rely on our past knowledge of the Twelves wood. If we are to survive these troubled times, we must reacquaint ourselves with the surroundings that we may better discern the threats that we face. Stay vigilant? Stay vigilant, adventurer. Here we go, finally, some new armor. That make me look really puffy. Yeah, it's funny that I'm supposed to be wearing light armor for ease of mobility, and that doesn't look fun at all. It'll be like walking around in a fucking puffer jacket. Looking for an adventure to deal with a parasite funguar infestation. I can deal with that. Don't need to know the details. Parasite cleave, that's good. Needs an adventure to cull the growing anole population as well as gather their snakeskin eggs. Assist us in thinning the number of anoles in naked rock. Yeah, cool, whatever. Don't mind. Can do that. So apply the amber unguent to the ailing trees and slay the parasite funguars. Oh, that was silly of me. Keep forgetting I swapped those keys around. Well, I definitely didn't mean that at all. Easy peasy. One more. Don't even know why I bothered with that, because I feel like using Life Surge was a bit overkill there. So we'll get ourselves some mittens, yeah? See, they're also not very mobility friendly. Oh, there we go, belt. Let's go for micro chews. Little vile beasts draw their sustenance directly from the soil. Don't need to know the details, let's just go for some. Oh god, micro chews. Fucking old chews, man. See if I have to find one of them. AC was quite good, quite easy. I love how he just walks his friend or brother get absolutely slaughtered, and he's like, ah, no biggie. Level 8 as well. I suppose I don't even know what level I am. I feel like I'm leveling up so quickly. I'll be level 60 before I know it. Poison, yeah? Poison me, motherfucker. I just realised I don't even need to defeat any more of these, I'm just killing them for the banter. I need to climb up there. Somehow, I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to Skyrim this. Ah, there we go, there's the anoles. These are a bit more... First time really I've had to move out the way of attacks. There's a 3 in alls. Obtain an egg. Oh, actually that's probably a bad idea because I'm gonna get aggled to fuck here. I guess I'll see I kill as many as I can until I get an egg. Oh, I just realised there's a chain mechanic here as well. What made you choose Lancer as my first class? Do I like the aesthetic of the class or just a random choice? I suppose I like the aesthetic. I mean, obviously I don't know much about the classes in this game, but just based on prior Final Fantasies, I quite enjoy the Lancer class. You know, Final Fantasy V obviously treated you to a couple of Dragoons. You've got Freya from Final Fantasy IX as well, so Freya's always been one of my favourite characters in the game. In the series, sorry. So yeah, Lancers have always been a cool job to start with, or not, maybe not to start with, but if I've got the choice for Dragoon, well, not Dragoon, but Lancer, I'm gonna go for it. A little bit more exciting than your average warrior / knight kind of starting class. Right, I've not gotten a null egg yet, so I'm not too sure if I should just keep fighting these until I eventually get one, or if I'm missing something here. It looks like I need to stay in this area here to find one. Oh, there we go. They're all respawning though. think I'm getting lots of animal hides, but no egg. Am I missing something? Am I meant to? Does the egg appear somewhere else? We'll climb up this wee area here. Find out. Oh, there it is there. Here's me battering hundreds of these guys. And I really, really don't need to. Couple of bots in the stream, that's not good. I really should fix my chatbot settings. Don't enjoy playing melee too much in 14, but the first melee job you leveled was Dragoon just because of the way the artifact armor looks. Oh, that's it, you know, like the typical Dragoon look in Final Fantasy games is fucking superb with that spiky armor. I'm assuming that's the style of armor you're referencing. It's always been a really cool aesthetic in Final Fantasy in general. Oh shit, I'm stuck. Bit of a frost breath. Let's just fuck off down here. Yeah, I agree though, I've always been more a fan of sort of magic casting and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I didn't want to be that basic guy that goes straight for the black mage or anything like that. Let's grab ourselves a belt. Finally get a full set of armor. Are there any other classes I want to try out? I mean, I'll probably try out quite a few of them. I don't really actually know what classes are all in the game, to be completely honest with you. I've not really done a huge amount of research into the game before I started playing it, but I always enjoy just playing about with the classes. I don't think there's any particular class I'm particularly excited to try out or anything, but I'm just looking forward to playing about with the game's mechanics a bit. Starting as a DPS is generally good because you can breeze through all the overworld experiences in the main quest, but you pay for it in the dungeon queues. I guess the dungeon queues are going to be a bit more difficult to manage, especially soloing, I guess, compared to your average overworld mobs. We actually need the support of a healer or whatever. Oh, let's equip our brand new bronze spear. There we go. Potential crisis on it. Like, a lot's going on in like the last 10 minutes since I've been away, mate. Investigating the spirit's hold. That looks like a golem, which isn't going to be fun. Listen well, for we haven't much time. The southeast of here lies a dungeon known as Spirit's Hold. It was all but destroyed during the calamity. Desiring to offer the ruins back to the forest, a hero ventured inside to carry out the rite of returning. Alas, it would seem something has gone awry, Word arrived just moments ago that the healer and his guards have been attacked by a towering shadow. Aye, you heard me true, a shadow. On any other day, I would dispatch my best quivermen to provide support, but I sent them to repel all Ixalit incursion in the West Shroud, Neria Beligo. Timing of these events cannot be mere coincidence. I feel the Ixal somehow caught wind of our plans and are attempted to disrupt the rite in an effort to weaken the bond between man and elemental. They must not be allowed to succeed, and so I bid you to go to Spirit Hold and do whatever is necessary to resolve the situation. Aye, I suppose there's no one else that's going to do it, apart from me and everyone else that's come before me. Tanks and healers get instant queues, but most of the main story stuff's boring. Why I leveled up Ninja and White Mage in tandem eventually. Since you're playing on Chaos, I can help you out with dungeon queues when I'm around. Don't really have much to do in the game at the moment. Aye, that'd be cool. To be honest, I don't really know how often I'll be on. You know, tonight was more of a case of I was really not doing anything, and I just thought, let's just play something that's going to be fairly chilled out. You know, it's not going to warrant too much actual thinking. But you know, it's been on my mind to play Fantasy XIV for a long time now, so I'm quite excited to really get into it. So yeah, if you're about and I'm about, that'd be awesome to get some help. I'm sure I'll get more than a few tips off you and any other more experienced guys. Let's see if I can Skyrim this actually. See if I can. Can I jump up here? No, that's disappointing. I'll still need to get my head around all the mechanics though. There's obviously quite a lot of certainly in all these menus and stuff. I've not even looked at them, so I'm going to need to take a bit of time, probably tomorrow or even tonight after I come off stream, just to get my head around the UI a bit. Right, we know about the shadow. Let's go rescue the missing conjurers. Right, so what's this new skill I've got actually? Leg sweep. Stuns a target. Ah, that's cool. Great shadow towering over me. What in the 12's good grace? Venturer, please, you must save the healer. Feels like I'm mispronouncing the word healer, but it definitely does say healer. God pray the healer. Well, that guy's dealing with him. I'll go aid this guy. 3 of 5. The only thing I hate about melee more than sort of a magic based class is that I'm always a chicken shit when it comes to these kind of games. Well, not these kind of games, but like, you know, you've got that old trope with Skyrim where everyone becomes a fucking stealth archer. There's a reason for it, you know. I always find it easier to attack from a distance than go straight into a battle head on. Alright, let's go. Rescue the healer. Oh, he's right there. Didn't require much rescuing. Oh, okay. Duty calls. Commence battle for Spirit Hold Broken. If you're above level, you'll be synced to level 13. Okay, so that's the maximum level I can basically be. I'm not quite sure what level I am now, actually. Maybe 9? 10, perhaps? Not too sure. First glimpse of the Japanese voice acting. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul that it may wake to life. If you're playing on controller, you're definitely you're going to end up playing the game for a while. Definitely recommend using a keyboard too, just to be able to type faster. It makes it a lot easier to communicate in dungeons, etc. Yeah, I've actually I'm sure I've got an old wireless keyboard. Thinking about. Oh shit. That I'll need to look out. You're absolutely right. I think it's going to be worth my while finding something that's going to make my life a bit easier when it comes to the text-based stuff. I'm guessing mouse and keyboard for general actions and stuff isn't like hugely important. I do have a mouse as well, to be fair, so if I do look at this keyboard, it might be worth my while actually looking at the mouse. Oh shit, what's he doing? Plane cracker. Right, leg sweep him. Possible, never before has the golem been so sorely tested. Playing my controller is perfectly viable. A lot of the top players use a controller. Nice. I'm a console player primarily anyway. I don't really play many PC games. Like I'm streaming off this laptop, which is the only PC I've got. So yeah, even then, even when I do play the occasional game on this computer, I tend to play with a controller anyway. I'm just used to it. So we'll see what I feel. I might play about with both methods. I know probably keyboards. Actually, see if I was to play with the key with the controller. If I get the keyboard primarily for text, can I still play with the controller but also like allocate hotkeys on a keyboard, or is it like does it have to be one or the other? Because if I can get the best of both worlds, then that'd be even better. Bait joined. I've not even left this this instance yet. Damnation! He has eluded us yet again. Oh, I want to hear his voice in Japanese. Probably now, do I? Maybe not. Oh, don't know why I keep pressing circle. Yeah, their masks are pretty ugly, to be fair. guessing that was just before we met them. With those treants. Not sure if you can use the keyboard for skills you're playing controller mode. I've only used mouse and keyboard so far, and as far as I know, the game automatically opens a chat if you start pressing stuff on the keyboard. Ah, okay. That's no biggie, I guess. I'll just need to get used to hotkeys for the controller. I'm a bit disappointed that the golem was actually easier than I was hoping. Fairly straightforward to dodge all of his attacks. Oh, her mask's actually not bad, although I don't know how she sees through it. It's the normal wood whalers of really bizarre masks. I can't get over, actually, I noticed it in that last cutscene, how tight Ida's shorts are. Cannot be comfortable. Look at that wee waddle, man. There we go. Let us take our leave. I'm not going to bother attacking any of these guys. Get the hell out of here. Wow, he's actually following me out. It was a mass mage by what dark ambition? Oh, you bastard. Gonna pay for that, for sure. That was you right, you bastard. Once you're level 15, make sure and check out the Hall of the Novice. There's an NPC for in each city. It gives you basic instructions regarding gameplay mechanics and your role in a party. Nice, yeah, one of the other guys in the chat earlier had mentioned the Hall of the Novice, so as soon as I get that, I'll definitely check that out. Also gives you pretty good gear, and at the end, a ring that gives you bonus experience until 30. Yeah, they mentioned the bonus experience, so that was the main incentive for that. But yeah, to be honest with you, learning my role probably more beneficial, because like I say, I'm used to single player games where, you know, I control all roles, so having a defined role and not having to rely on myself to heal and everything else is it's going to be a tricky one, actually. Right, so I think we've basically done all the open quests. Let's just go and clear them up. Oh, hold on, there's a couple of quests down here, but there is also a... Oh, what's this? Unattuned... Oh, I didn't even see that in the meadows. We'll go back to the meadows then. Start that quest. And then we can head back to town. And close all these quests up. See, the completionist in me wants to do all these little side quests that are popping up all over the map, and I suppose I should maybe start them, but I feel like it would take me a long ass time to do them all. There we go. Let's tune ourselves to this one. By learning the spell Teleport, you're now able to travel instantly between aetherytes to which you've attuned. Right, okay. I vaguely remember this. It's basically you can teleport, fast travel to any of them, it just costs you gil, unless it's your home. Let's go speak to Margeria. Has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. I wouldn't say I'm wealthy. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you're not an adventurer, I've seen you running to and fro, face set in grim determination. Rumour has it that plots within the lavender beds are to be auctioned off. What's more, bidders need not even be Gridanian. Any old adventurer or wandering minstrel could, with sufficient funds, purchase land and build their own home. Considering how discerning the elementals tend to be about who can and cannot reside within their twelves, would rather surprising if not hard to believe. If there's truth to the rumours, well, who hasn't dreamed of owning their own forest cottage? Should your travels take you to the mirror planks where the ferry to the lavender beds is, perhaps you'll find a twin adder representative who can tell you more. Oh, nice. So it doesn't look like something I can probably complete right now, but keep that in my my journal. Come back to later on. An adventurer makes some inquiries on his behalf. What do you want? Ask the locals about Keitha's wants and desires. Keitha. Jesus. That name reminds me of an episode of Flight of the Conchords, where I can't remember if it's Brett or Jermaine, ends up sleeping with this Australian girl called Keitha, who has like the worst, not like the worst accent ever, but like a really harsh Australian accent. Oh. I don't know if I should have been reading them or not, but I've missed them now. Oh, what have I done? Ah, okay, there we go. So I go through them as well by those things. What are you up to, Bernard? It's nice to go back again when you're leveling a new job and get every bit of extra experience you can get. Actually, that's a good point. Probably save some of these side quests for later. I'm guessing if you do all of the side quests now, it'll be a case of the only way to level up is just grinding. What were they? Spans, there we go. I do have that lavender bed one active. How far away is it? Okay, looks like it's quite far away, so I'll maybe leave that for now, and we shall return. Although, should I maybe start the quest and then it's a case of... Actually, no, I won't start the quest because I feel like if I start the quest, I'll be inclined to complete them. So if I decide to just leave them for now, then I know I won't bother doing them. Chocobo Porter. Might I interest you in a Chocobo Porter? Do not tell me this is your first visit to the stop. Stop. Sound like Sean Connery. Right, what do the porters do then? Similar to rental chocobos, they can be hired to carry destinations. Difference being you cannot control these birds. Ah, okay. It's basically a taxi. Where are we off to? Oh, back down to the Carline Canopy. What level am I? Level 10, I can see at the bottom there. A shame that I must ask you not to tell it for the time being. Till the hearers have made their own will on the matter known, best to avoid unsettling people with stories of walking statues. Now they must have suitable recompense for your valiant service. For the first half of your reward, I will give you leave to make use of the accommodations here at the guild. Arrangements have been made, so all you need to do is speak with Antoinette whenever you crave the comfort of a firm bed and a soft pillow. It's a rather extravagant gesture there from Antoinette. Second half of the reward, I offer you a path to fame and fortune with the Guild Leves. Guild Leves are records of the various requests you receive from the citizenry. They outline all manners of tasks which ambitious young adventurers like you can elect to undertake. Gontrant is our Guild Lev official or Lev mate here at the Caroline Canopy. Spoken to him regarding your knack for solving challenging problems, blah blah blah. Cool, let's give him a wee shout. By the way, have you perchance heard about the coming festival? It's a truly splendid occasion looking forward to by young and old alike, and one I heartily recommend that you take the time to enjoy. I'll be too disappointed if the recent troubles cast a shadow over proceedings, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's cool, I'll worry about that there. Some XP. Sure, they'll level up here as well. You now have access to recommendations. This feature displays the list of quests or duties currently available in your area. Cool, so I imagine that's like dungeon queues and stuff, yeah? And a wee level up and all. Alright, what's Gontrant saying? Give me an introduction to the world of Lev quests. Should your interest be piqued, suggest you make your way to the Bent Branch Meadows. Speak with Tierney. Yeah, let's go speak to Tierney then. Don't really care about you, Antoinette. Actually, what is the purpose of an inn? Ask about the roost. Yeah, what is the purpose of an inn? Because clearly your HP and stuff heals up quite quickly anyway, and if you're wandering about in a city, that's going to go back up very, very, very quickly. Right, so we're heading back to the Brent Branch Meadows anyway. So might as well kill two birds with one stone here. Also make use of the Chocobo Port service. We've already spoken to Keitha. I'm wondering if the Chocobo Porter is going to be more expensive than it will be to travel back there, because we've literally just been there. But before we head there, let's head back to the Lancers Guild. In the inn, you can access the esthetician. Terrible words like that. After you've unlocked him to change your hairstyle, etc., in the armoire and glamour dresser, which can be used to store gear. Ah, cool. Esthetician. So nothing really for me to do at the moment, as well as a thing to rewatch cutscenes you've already seen. Oh, okay, I always enjoy those kind of features, but yeah, nothing really for me to care about at the moment by the sounds of things. Ah, here we go. Someone else in the chat earlier mentioned the hunting log. The next Lancer quest will be available from Huayin upon reaching level 5. Mate, I'm level 11. So right, let's check out this hunting log. Hunting log is a record of your completion of tasks involving the slaying of certain creatures. By completing these tasks, you'll earn rewards and unlock new challenges. Once it's open, select a class and difficulty to view each available challenge for that rank. Such as Lancer 1, below a name you'll find targets, blah blah blah. Ah, that's cool. Right, let's go get ourselves our first proper Lancer test, I guess. Lancer may lose his composure, succumb to panic. Should this happen, all of his training will swiftly flee his mind. He will struggle to overcome opponents whom he would ordinarily have bested with ease. Always make sure to not get too far behind on your class quests. They unlock new skills and give you gear. Nice. Let's catch up on this now then. Right, so use foul-smelling bait to lure out riverbank yards and slay them. We can do that. No problem at all, mate. Deliver the iron snaffle. Where do I go for that again? Is that in around here? Or is that? I don't know where Bodwine is. Doesn't look like I'm heading back to to New Gridania though. I suppose I'm heading to the North Shroud. Let's go to the plaza. In that case, we won't go to the Bent Branch Meadows just yet. Let's head back outside and batter some Yarzans. Get ourselves caught up with the Lancer class quests. I just noticed as well on the right hand side of that first sec, there's the auto attack button. What exactly does that do then? Because as far as I'm aware, your standard attack is an auto attack anyway, isn't it? I think you can safely take that button off your bar at some point. Nice one. Basically, as soon as I get some more skills. I'm guessing it's pretty much a useless button. Oh, there we go. Got ourselves our little ladybug. Ladybug. Swear to God, sometimes I feel like I speak too quickly. My mind sometimes doesn't process what I'm saying properly. Brain sometimes needs a minute to catch up. Alright, so where the hell are these down the river, here we go. Now am I... Is it just any... Oh, I think I need specific ones, don't I? So... Oh, I was actually heading down here anyway. Okay. I didn't realise this is so close. So, how do I... Where am I going to activate this foul-smelling bait? Oh, this is Tyranny. This is a completely different quest, that'd be right. This is the Lev mate, okay. Right, first things first, must be certain that your skills are a match for your enthusiasm. The Adventurers Guild will not approve of me sending a fledgling hero to his death or dishonour for want of the requisite capabilities. Take a moment to peruse the task outlined in this guild lev. Do you believe yourself up to the challenge? Absolutely. Right, speaking with a local distributor of guild levs was a lev mate. Right, I don't really care, I guess. So, for the time being, I'm gonna just assume these are types of quests. So let's do them. One of my first memories in this game was falling in that river and not being able to find your way out again, so you just logged off. I'm assuming that when you log back in again, you had to eventually find your way out, or did you just return back to Gridania? To initiate a left quest, first open your journal, bring it up, selecting the map will show you where you're going, and then select initiate. Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's the issue you've got when you're you've got a map so big that, and like I say, like it's almost overwhelming to begin with because you don't really know where you're going. I think mini maps are always a double-edged sword because they're obviously really good for taking you to where you need to go, but I sometimes find myself looking too much at that top right-hand corner and not really appreciating the layout of the environment. Obviously, if you appreciate the landmarks and what's around you, it makes it a lot easier to understand where you're going. You shall not trespass. Keitha the head wrangler at Bent Branch Meadows appears most distraught. See if there's anything we can do. Seven hells, some bastard Kitcairn has gone and broken one of me Chocobo's eggs. The filthy little thief was busy looting the barn when a guard startled it, prompting the damn thing to drop the egg. It was clutching and run. Some of the lads gave chase, bless him, but when three more of the vermin appeared, me lot had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done about those Kitcairn. Would you mind heading over to Matron's Leth and having a word with a soldier named Rosalind? They added altitude indicators to quest markers now, but it's much easier to navigate around if you know the area. That's cool. There's a bit of an option there as to how you want to play the game. That's cool. Yeah, I really need to play about with it because I don't want to rely too much on the mini-map because then you really don't... What the fuck is that? A diorite. I would absolutely die if I saw a fucking scorpion that size. Right, let's go speak to Rosalind. Yeah, I think in a bit once I log off, or not log off, but log off from Twitch, I'll play about with the settings and see if there's anything I can see that'll make my life a bit easier or more enjoyable. Right, find the lair to the west and make an example of exactly 4 Kitcairn scramblers. No problem at all, Rosalind. So we've got a couple of different quests here actually. Here's a couple. Oh shit. Oh shit. Wrong button. They don't look too bad. Although they've probably done more damage to me than most enemies have so far. I'm just glad the hornet swarms aren't as menacing. There we go. That's your 4. Before we head back, let's see what's happening here. Is this the guild lev one? Am I right in thinking that? I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest, when I read that earlier. Where the hell was it again? Is it in my journal? Ah, here we go. Your home point is not set to any threat in the set. If you return to your home point, you will automatically abandon duty. Yeah, that's cool. Left quest difficulty. The greater the difficulty setting, the higher the level target enemies will be. Okay. Recommended level +1 or +2. Let's do +2. Oh shit. I want to get rid of this. There we go. And a wee quick stun. Not actually entirely certain yet exactly what these left quests are, but I'm certain I'll understand them a bit more soon. Okay, come here, you bastard. There we go. Collecting lev quest reward. Oh shit. Oh, I don't know if I meant that. Oh, nice, that's fine. When all lev quest objectives have been completed, you'll be given the option to return immediately to the issuing lev mate or lev mate and collect your reward. Yeah, I did that by mistake there, but that's fine. Reward has been our bonus has been awarded based on difficulty and speed of completion. Nice. I don't know why I wanted a longbow, but cool. We'll keep that for when I decide to do an archer build. Around which time am I going to catch your stream usually? I'm going to head off now, but looking forward to coming back another day. To be honest with you, like my streams, I'm still trying to get the hang of a schedule. But I'll usually be on around about 7 or 8 o'clock PM kind of GMT. So what time is it now? 11 o'clock. So I've been on for coming up for 4 hours, I think. Maybe 3.5 hours, something like that. But yeah, about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock GMT. I'm going to be trying to stream most nights nowadays. Maybe not every single night, but I do have like a Discord and Twitter and all that kind of thing. So I will be keeping active on that within any times I'm going to be online. I'm not going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV exclusively. I definitely will be mixing that in with a few other games as well. But I'm thinking probably at the moment Saturday nights are probably a good night for Final Fantasy XIV. But like I say, I'll keep that updated on the stream, and I'll keep that updated on social media and stuff as well. So but yeah, hopefully next time I'm on, I can catch you as well, and definitely if you're on as well, we'll see if we can get something going. You can show me the ropes a little bit more. But thank you very much for all your help tonight. It's been amazing hearing a bit more from some of the more experienced players. But yeah, until you're back on, take it easy, mate. Right, where the hell are we anyway? Oh, I've got another one here. Tyranny believes you're ready to join a guild Hest. Let's wonder what that is then. Should you be interested in a challenge quite unlike your average lev quest, you might consider joining a guild Hest. If you want to know more, pray speak with Battle Warden Ribald outside yonder tent. I will inform him of your success against the Anoles, so there'll be no doubts of your abilities. Thank you very much. either a potion or an ether. We'll go for potion. I don't think we've got any real skills that require MP at the moment. Okay. By unlocking the duty finder, you can now undertake multiplayer duties without having to form a party of your own. That sounds my kind of system. Right, guild hests are special operations organised by adventurers guilds and overseen by NPCs known as battle wardens. Speaking with the battle warden, displays the list of all guild hests currently available. Please note, however, that each operation has conditions that must be met by all party members before the duty can be commenced. Okay, so basically just like team lev quests, I guess. I don't think I'll yeah, I don't care about joining them at the moment. But it's good to know. What was that? Someone's got a carbuncle or some shit. That's cool. I really need one of them. Right, we need to go back up here now actually, since I ran away at the end of that guild that lev quest. Going the wrong way. Deed is done. A grim task, but a necessary one. They weren't too bad. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I need to turn that off actually. I keep hitting that, especially because the tutorials come up. It's really annoying actually. I'm going to turn off that mouse cursor thing. Right, so leather jacket. Bet it's not a cool looking leather jacket. Action learned bloodbath. That sounds cool. Oh. Oh, that looks a lot better than my last jacket anyway. Osha Jab, a wood whaler at the matron's leth, is looking for a sure-footed adventurer to pluck blue trumpets from the root of the nearby Heavens Pillar. So many weird words and terms that I'm going to have to get to grips with here. So removing the blue trumpets, I'm going to guess that when I remove a blue trumpet, it's going to spawn some sort of enemy. That said, I don't know where I'm going here. Remove blue trumpets. Nothing really for me to interact with here. Oh shit. I'll have to kill this motherfucker. Right. I'm not quite sure. Let's open the map and zoom in properly. Above me. I think these are the altitude markers Aratai mentioned. Have to climb up. Oh, I see them. I see them. Shouldn't have jumped. I shouldn't have came down those stairs then, I guess. I didn't even realize that was a thing I could climb. Oh, okay. Surprised there's no enemies. Surely once I get rid of the last one. Port of Theodore. Above me. So nice and peaceful actually, so tranquil, not having any music, just that noise of the crickets. Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets, wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, this is not my ideal posting, but we all do what we must. Keeping the route passable is an important job, you see. It's one of the few ways folk can traverse the central shroud since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not perhaps the easiest pathway to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself caused this tendril of a heaven's pillar to remain thus suspended, that it may serve the forest people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. Let's grab this wee helmet. Okay. Oh, I actually have a helmet now. That's a shame. I really enjoyed having the whatchamacallit, the eye patch. That was cool. But what time are we on actually? 12 minutes past 11. I think what we're going to do there then is call that a night. We're heading for 3.5 hours of play, and I don't want to get too far in the story, and I don't want to burn myself out either. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it a day there in the stream, and then I'm actually going to spend the next 20 minutes or so just going through these menus and getting to grips with my character, I guess, for the next time I'm on. So if there is anyone still in the chat, thank you as always for sticking with me. And I will hope to see you very, very soon. I don't know when the next Final Fantasy XIV stream will be. It's a nice game to stream, so I actually might play it more often than I even intended to begin with. My problem with other streams, with other games, is that you kind of have to focus a lot. At the moment, it's kind of just background, So it's a good way to spend an evening, especially after. Actually, it's probably a really good one for during the week, for after work, for just relaxing for a couple of hours. So, yeah, thank you very much to those who joined the chat. Thank you very much for the follow as well, Aratai. And to anyone who dropped by and chatted today. And I will catch you all some point next week, probably actually tomorrow. Actually, my intention is to maybe play a PS1 game tomorrow. I'm still not 100% sure on what it'll be. It might be Fear Effect, but I'll confirm that on the socials later on. So yeah, catch you on Twitter at KenCaden. Catch me on my Discord, which you can find in my link on my profile on Twitch. And until next time, thank you very much. Good night.